if you have ghosts.
You know that?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a little bit more sensitive. So sometimes you sort of have to. The other guy is also quite the same way. But we come from where I come from a metal background. He comes from a hardcore background. So he's also very good at playing hard stuff. But it's like a lot of the sometimes you have to like simplify it. You have to make your way of trying to find your comfortable way of doing something like that. And like Eliza, for example, is the same thing. It's a very typical. You have that, which is obviously battery. Yes, we stole it. Which is not very hardcore sort of riff. It's very metal. If you play death metal, you know what to sort of do. That sort of thing. But yes, obviously the songs go through a certain amount of sort of pickering where it's supposed to be played live. It's supposed to feel fluent. And when we record everything, even though we might have a break in the middle of the song to sort of tune or fine tune, the songs are made to be played right through. So you have your guitar number one and you have your guitar number two. It's never like just a whole wall of guitars everywhere and there's two solos coming out of nowhere. It's always like guitar there and it's a solo there. And it needs to make sense. And that's why also the drums and the keyboards and the bass is playing very much in correspondence of each other. So whenever someone is doing like a little, there's always someone else holding off. So you can literally arrange like a whole light show just highlighting whatever everybody's doing. It's like hey, bomb. So it's supposed to sound like the best jam band ever, but obviously we sort of pinpoint that.
Yeah.
You have to, otherwise you will fuck it up.
Yeah. As we're running out of time, what I have to ask is, because we just talked about, you showed us some very beautiful examples of how the riffs of different riffs together make up a ghost song, in different lines and everything. When you get an idea for a new song, do you have the other instruments already in your mind, or ideas of what they could play to make the song like you want it to sound in the end?
Yes.
Because it's like difficult. I think it's difficult to communicate that sometimes to other people. Here, play this bass line or so.
Yeah, no, very. Death and Noah is a very good example of that, because obviously our drummer, for your sister drum magazine, I will say that our drummer is way better than he shows. He's a very technical, very, very sort of, he's totally overqualified for playing with us. Obviously the drum beat in death metal, buckle boom, buckle boom, buckle boom, is this, no drummer would do that because it's just too stupid. So that's a perfect example of if you come to rehearsals and you tell someone, obviously he would probably understand by now that there's a sort of a method to the madness. If there's something like that, there's probably something that's going to fall over it. He's a very musical guy, as opposed to a lot of drummers that are just drummers that rather want to be a hockey player. But yeah, most of it comes together very quickly. When there's a riff, there's always you try to fill it out as much as possible with all the other things and make everything sort of correspond and make a very, very interesting milieu to put Papa in. Because it's always the vocals, it all comes down to that anyways in the end, because that there are certain factors that sort of makes up a Ghost song and the Ghost sound, and obviously it's the way that we instrumentalize, but obviously it's the pop as well, and how the keyboards are done, the organ, and yeah. I don't know if that was the answer to your question, but I mean, it comes as a very sort of full idea.
Yeah. All right. That was it. We're done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, man.
Your Nameless Ghouls, for taking the time and showing us your songs.
Thank you.
If you have ghosts.